timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, this is Geis. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Jones. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic.
McCaffrey trying to escape, but he cannot. They get him in the end zone, and that's a safety. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, look at the strength.
No.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He gets it to Brown, complete. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Third and long for Bridgewater. Off to Geis on the screen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, of course, coming off the safety the last time they had the football. Never want that.
No, that's pretty unique, too, isn't it? When you give up points that way and the scoreboard, you look up and it says 2-0, it can throw you a little bit. Let's see if they can put that to the side and move forward.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Jameis to throw it. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Ron Thornhill. And the return will stop right around the 25.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Cooper again the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Off the play fake. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, If it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
First down, Bridgewater. That's the rookie with a catch, A.J. Brown. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Buying time to his left. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. This is Geis. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Darius Geis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They start the second half with a run by Geis. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw is Bridgewater. This will be caught by Brown. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Carolina.
Check 9, check 9. Go. Get him. You got it.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Going quickly here to Thomas. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Flushed out right, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Check 55. Come on. Here we go. Hey, go. 555.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 33-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Winston. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Again, it's Winston.
I'd have to say that whenever you see
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. After the sack on first down, Winston. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. McCaffrey, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown. Offensively, are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd and 15 now. Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
Super tall.
23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 44, Winston. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Winston. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. This will be taken in at the 1. Trucks over him. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Houston, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move